Harlem is home to a parade of historic spaces that brings people together. Over the years, the evolution of community spaces, such as gardens, have provided an accessibility to organic food and a place for people to come and relax.
Basically, it's just here to give new opportunity to people in a different community, because like you wouldn't see a lot of these kids just like doing the right thing. Most of the time you see them hanging on the corner or whatever. So when you come here, it's just like, oh, you can't just go to a studio for cheap. Here's a free studio. You just got to use it the right way. The environmental program, you don't see that many kids just want to go to the garden and take part in the environment. So here's to teach you how to actually use your environment to your advantage. And the brownstone is a place for us to hang out. Like, so when the groups are not meeting, you don't have to, like, you could come here still when the groups are not meeting. It's not like, oh, you can't come because your group is not meeting. You're still welcome to the brownstone. You still can come hang out, spend time with your friends, so you won't be hanging out on the block or hanging out in the wrong places.
So this garden's been around way before we started. The organization bought the building on 512. The building number is 512 in 99, and in 2000 they opened it up. So in the summer of 2000 we started doing garden programs. So we had to ask permission for the stewards of this garden for us to do projects with them. So at that time, there's only one person basically not supervising, but doing maintenance to the garden, but there was a group of seniors that are supervising the garden in the community. So we started that summer with just a few projects here and there. So in 2005, I had a crew that wanted to continue working with me throughout the year in the garden. But it was only a summer program, so it was only 6-7 week program. And then 2005, they decided they wanted to do more projects with me here in the garden, so then we created the environmental program for the Brotherhood of Sister Souls. And that went on all year long. Spread it evenly in the whole. Alright, so there's a micro fridge inside the greenhouse. Take that over there too. Most of the plants are all vegetables that the community have decided or have gave us a list of interests that they would like. Unlike other gardens, our plots are not individual owned or individual maintained. We all maintain it, we all eat from it, we all have access to it.
It's nice to have some kind of little area where it's not buildings and urban life, it's just that small little space, the garden. When we work in the garden, I always see people coming up to the garden asking about what we're doing.
It's a new, improved project. it was once like a living room outside community area, but it was facing like towards the outside. So we changed it and put it facing towards inside the garden, so they could have more space to cook out. Like, 'cause it usually grills here, so people from community could cook out, or maybe put like a little movie on right here or something. And it's a space for people in the community to come sit in if it's raining or whatever. You can come inside.
In 2005, we decided to redesign the garden to be more teen friendly, since we had basically supervision of it. And then that group basically did surveys with the community, decided to ask them what they wanted, what they would like, and basically the design we have now was what we grew up.
These are our flower beds where we grow most of the majority of our vegetables. As you can see on the side, it says like the vegetable that's grown in that flower bed. And the vegetables are on these flower beds. And the flower beds are handmade by all the students here. We actually cut the wood ourselves, measured the wood ourselves, and put it together ourselves.
They're the ones who wanted to put it to create a youth market. So this summer is the second year of having a youth market in this community, which is not allocated, but it's considered a food desert. Hamilton Heights is considered a food desert. West Harlem is considered a food desert. Having a youth market is beginning to break that, so that we can give knowledge to people in this community, bring fresh food from local farms, bring opportunities for them to participate in CSAs with Corbin Hill Farms that we're collaborating with.
Right here is another mural explaining, basically showing what the garden's about, what the community's about. Like, if you can see, it's like people back there showing unity, like, and within the community.
And from that, we're starting to make a movement. What we would like to say is to have this garden, Frank White Memorial Garden, become a pilot of what other communities should follow for their gardens, and to infuse youth spirit, youth activity, youth programs into their garden. That way they can start to bridge the next generation of the community to be more environmentally conscious.